Jesus says, "You are not to be called rabbi, for you have one teacher," Matthew 23 verse 8. Jesus is the source of all teaching authority. A teacher's purpose is to instruct students with the truth. A teacher who does not participate in the truth of Jesus, human and divine, relinquishes his right to the title of teacher. Jesus says, "Call no man your father on earth, for you have one Father, who is in heaven," Matthew 23 verse 9. God the Father is the source of fatherhood. A father's purpose is to be a good husband to his wife and a virtuous father to his children. A father who abuses his wife and neglects his children does not participate in the fatherhood of God. He relinquishes his right to the title, Father. A priest's fatherhood is rooted in the fatherhood of God through Jesus. A priest who fails to participate in God's fatherhood by failing to teach the truth of Christ, and feeding all with the bread of life, also gives up his right to be called Father. Jesus says, "Neither be called masters, for you have one Master, the Christ," Matthew 23 verses 10-12. A ruler who does not participate in authentically human service to others relinquishes his right to the titles of master, mayor, governor, or president. Jesus didn't surrender his authority to Peter when he instituted the papacy. He delegated his power to Peter and his church. Jesus told Peter, "For flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven," Matthew 16 verses 13-17. Peter acknowledges the truth of Jesus, but his wisdom is not his own. God reveals his truths to him. Peter's acknowledgement participates in the teaching authority of Jesus, "And I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock, I will build my church, and the powers of death, gates of hell, shall not prevail against it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loosen on earth shall be loosened in heaven," Matthew 16 verses 18-19. Jesus delegates his authority to Peter, but Peter quickly squanders his responsibilities by advising Jesus to avoid the cross. Jesus' harsh rebuke warns Peter not to exceed his delegated powers, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me, for you are not on the side of God, but of men." Matthew 16 verse 23. Peter's successors share in his authority, which belongs to Jesus. This is the Petrine ministry. A pope would never exceed his delegated powers. Moreover, a pope can have his own personal preferences. Pope Francis is a fan of the San Lorenzo de Almagro football club of Buenos Aires. Nonetheless, any Catholic may prefer a better club, like Real Madrid. All papal authority is based on, and derives from the apostolic deposit of the faith and sacred tradition, and helps us participate in the life of Jesus.